Mm. So welcome back, Steve Sports Extraordinary on Atlantic Television Network. And today's edition, I have with me Emmanuel Michael. Michael, good evening to you and welcome to the show.
Yeah, good evening to you, Kingsley, and good evening to our viewers out there. It's been a fun time, right here in the building. And of course, we always enjoy ourselves here.
Of course, we do enjoy ourselves here. And we have to take a look at the situation of teams for Team Nigeria in the Under-18 Handball Championship. It was a tough start for Nigeria at the Under-18 Championship as they lost the very first game. So it wasn't a very impressive one. They lost 31 to 11. Of course, we understand this is actually their debut, but was a very, very abysmal outing, for Nigeria, 31 to 11. The margin, of course, Michael, was very, very high. What do you think could be responsible for this huge loss for Nigeria in the first encounter?
I think it's very simple. Inexperience actually caused them this very one because this is their first time making their appearance out, and you understand in this kind of a big competition, gathering this under 18 girls away from their first such a big stage continent for the very first time, and it could as well weaken their spirits because this is the first time they are appearing. Sometimes stage fright do occur to some person. Even some of the artists that do face stage fright, especially talking about this one that is still under 18. And then again, they have not garnered any experience before. Going there for the first time, I think, is actually, had a whole role to play in their dismal outing. 31 against 11, that's about 20-point disparity. That is way too high, and I think for me. But then I think we need to cut them some slack because this is their first, maiden appearance. Let's hope that in their next game, which comes up tomorrow against Angola, they're going to at least, fix some of their mistakes. I believe they've learned their lesson in that first game. Let's hope that they're going to brace up in their second game against Angola and possibly pick one of the tickets from the African continent because we have about 4 tickets. For 4 slots rather for the African continent out there. So I believe if they can also work on the mistakes that they did in their first game against Croatia, correct that going into the game against Angola, I think they will stand in a better position to at least, pick up from there.
All right, so let's see how it goes for Team Nigeria. Hope the results will be an impressive one in next encounter against Angola. I hope that the girls will be able to brace up and up their performance in that particular one. Let's start away from the handball events as we take a look at other matters revolving around the water sport. This time, we're taking a look at the aftermath of the Olympic Games as the Nigerian Olympic Committee has exonerated itself from any blame concerning Nigeria yet again a monumental failure at the just concluded Paris Olympic. In a statement signed by the body's public relations officer Tony Nezaya and made available to the media, quoted the Nigerian Olympic Committee President Abu Gomer, saying that the Nigerian Olympic Committee has always been doing their part in the development of sport in Nigeria. He said, and I quote, notably a team of 87 athletes across 12 sports was symbolically handed over to the Olympic Committee for the Games from July 26 to August 11, 2024. Now, the athlete demonstrated exceptional dedication during the Games, earning 8 placements diplomas for their performances. The effort fell short of achieving podium finishes, leading to disappointments among our compatriots at home and abroad. Gomez said within the Olympic movement, they have shared in they share the disappointments as Nigerians, and they are also committed to taking decisive action to address the underlying issues that have contributed to these subpar performances in collaboration with other stakeholders. But first, Michael, Abu Gomer, came up to say that they shouldn't be blamed for the abysmal performance for Team Nigeria. What do you make of the statement from the NOC president?
It's not for me. For me, I think that statement is not acceptable because you can't actually exonerate yourself from the failed system which led to the dismal outing of Team Nigeria in the just concluded Paris Olympic game. Because if you try to exonerate yourself from the whole blame, it means you are shifting it to probably the AFN, talking about the Athletic Federation of Nigeria, or the Ministry of Sport either. And I think for me, the NOC is very instrumental and very vital, the onus lies on them, don't forget, to transmit the names of the Nigerians that have qualified for the Olympic Games direct to the IOC. It is not the responsibility of the AFN, talking about the Athletic Federation, to transmit that name to them. It is not. Neither is it the duty of the Ministry of Sport to transmit the list to the IOC, talking about the International Olympic Committee. So for me, I think there's no way you try to exonerate yourself from the dismal outing of Team Nigeria because you are a very vocal point on this very issue. There's no way. So for me, I think trying to shift blame to other angle or try to exonerate yourself from the dismal outing, it doesn't make sense for me. In fact, in a Senate climb, when this kind of thing happens, you fall under your sword. You throw in the towel, you resign, simple as that. Give way for others so that they come, take the position and reposition the process so that we can move forward. So for me, him trying to come to the media to, shift blame, because invariably that is what he's doing right now. When you don't take responsibility, it simply means that you are shifting it away from you to other persons, which for me, it shouldn't be, because they are very instrumental towards the preparation for Team Nigeria Olympic Committee in the just concluded Paris Olympic Games. So for me, I think for Abu Gumel, he should look for maybe something else to tell Nigerians and not about the statement he issued. In fact, he should show more remorse. He should be remorseful to Nigerians. I expected him to come out to maybe tender unreserved apology to Nigerians for their failed, responsibility towards preparing our athletes to go there and do what they were supposed to do. It should come like, maybe more like humbling themselves to say, fellow Nigerians, we are sorry. This is our responsibility. We take full responsibility for the dismal outing of Team Nigeria because we know how it pained visible to the blind and audible to the deaf that the failure of Team Nigeria in these years, we need to go back through the record. That statement for me is not correct. How did we actually prepare in the 2012 edition? How did we prepare in 2016 edition? 2021 edition, how did we prepare? It's still the same issue, the same challenge, recurrent issue that we keep talking about: lack of proper preparation, lack of good training. First part of her story, she said that nobody even cared for her. Then, but a certain man that came to her rescue, that foot her bill, thereby taking her outside the country to prepare. And that is why she was able to win a gold medal. But because she did not come out to tell it to the public, we thought everything was fine, we were clapping. But yet, everything went wrong in that Atlanta 96 because of lack of proper preparation. But it boiled because of the determination of this athlete. They go through pains, they go through thick and thin to ensure that at least they make name for themselves while representing, But then, there are so many factors that have actually punctuated their effort as well. So in all, you can't totally blame them. But then, they should not also be exonerated from the field, Paris 2024 Olympic Games.